Rockstar Games have just released their brand new Money Fronts DLC, possibly the last summer update for GTA Online. With it comes 3 new businesses and a brand new passive money method that's set to stack some serious cash. There's a lot to go over, but we're going to be breaking down everything you need to know for earning maximum profits with minimum effort. As soon as you jump into the game, you'll be accosted by a phone call from old mate Martin Madrazo, who'll promptly tell you to head over to the airport where you can get the new content kicked off. When you arrive, you'll be greeted with an intro cutscene that gives us a bit of an idea of what we're doing and who we're working with. Eventually, you'll be spat out at the car wash, our new main base of operations, where to purchase it, you can either interact with the real estate sign or just pull up your phone and go to Maze Bank Foreclosures. This is definitely one of the cheaper businesses that we've seen in GTA Online in the last few years, coming in at a smooth $1 million with the option of adding a tint for an extra 10k. Like I said before, there is technically 2 other businesses up for grabs, but in terms of making passive income and really just making money in general, you only really need to buy the car wash. Inside the building, you're going to find a safe, which looks a lot like the ones inside the salvage yard and the garment factory. Much like those, it has a capacity of 100k, but unlike those, it connects up to just about every other business in the game and accrues a passive income on top of what you already earn from those operations. That then gets added to the safe once every in-game day or 48 minutes real time, and continues to build for as long as you're active in a session. On top of that though, it also adds a permanent 35% bonus to your counterfeit cash MC business. That honestly surprised me. This forgotten relic hasn't seen any love in a serious minute, boosting a full capacity sale from $360,000 to a truly impressive figure just shy of 500k. Buying Smoke on the Water, the other new business added to the game, will also add a 35% bonus to an existing MC operation, boosting a full sale at the weed farm from 315k to just over 425k. And the third business, the Higgins Heli Tours, will add a 10% bonus to all hanger crates, taking a maxed out sale from 2.5 mil to just over 2.8 mil. But really, unless you're interested in the bonuses, I'd say the only one you really need to buy is the car wash. This is a bit of a lazy update, giving the appearance of being large but actually only providing a limited selection of recycled content. Each of the locations, while looking different, will all have a computer that offer the same 3 options. There's a variation of legal work at the top, a series of free roam missions called money laundering in the middle, and the main story missions for Mr. Faber at the bottom. Yes, the different businesses provide content variety and will give you access to a greater selection of free roam missions, but the story itself is the same regardless of which business you play it from. And in terms of earning passive money, the car wash is really going to be the only thing you need to buy. It's the only property of the 3 that has a safe, and while Smoke on the Water and Higgins Heli Tours do connect to it to earn an extra $750 a day in passive income, that hardly justifies the close on $1 million price tag for each of the other 2 operations. Granted, if you complete 15 money laundering missions for each property, that passive income then goes up to $1,500 a pop. But again, that's not really worth it. Regardless of which business you buy or what you do with them, the constant across all 3 is the heat meter. And this is honestly the biggest reason I suggest that you don't buy Smoke on the Water or Higgins Heli Tours. The heat meter builds up every time you complete a mission or any time passive money gets added to the safe. Once the heat meter is full, operations cease, all passive money shuts down, and you can no longer accept missions from the business. To reduce it, you'll then have to do the legal work that I mentioned before, where just 1 mission will erase all of your heat, even if it's completely maxed out. The problem is, while Smoke on the Water and Higgins Heli Tours might not have a safe and earn next to no passive income, Rockstar, in their infinite wisdom, decided to put a universal heat meter across all 3 businesses. That means if you complete a mission for the car wash and gain heat, you will also gain the same amount of heat for the weed shop and the Higgins Heli Tours, requiring you to do a legal work mission for all 3 businesses instead of just the car wash. Considering you gain 8% heat every time you simply have some passive money added to the safe, this can get very annoying very fast. It means you're essentially essentially having to maintain 3 businesses when you're really only using one of them. And considering all of the mission structures are basically the same anyway, there really is no point buying all of them unless you want to see every little thing the DLC has to offer. The car wash alone gives you access to the full Mr. Favor storyline, and you can still play a selection of legal work and money laundering missions as well. Yes, the other 2 businesses allow for greater variety, but regardless of location, all of the money laundering missions pay 35k, take 5 to 10 minutes to complete, and have no cooldown timer whatsoever, so you may as well just stick with the car wash. Even the money you make from Smoke on the Water and Higgins Heli Tours has to be collected here at the car wash. After a period of time, your money gets laundered and you can pick it up from a bag next to the bed. Literally everything revolves around this one business, so seriously, unless you've got your reasons, don't bother with the other 2 operations and just buy the car wash. In terms of how much passive money you can actually make, well, let's come over to the safe where it details everything we need to know. This section here details how much passive money each business generates per in-game day, and this section here tells us the overall total for all of the businesses that you already own. If you own every business, you will accrue $32,250 every 48 minutes, but realistically it's going to be a bit less than that. If you do as I suggest and not buy Smoke on the Water and Higgins Heli Tours, that'll bring you down to around 30k. And pretty much no one owns all 3 warehouse sizes. I literally only did this for the purposes of testing the new content. In most situations, if you know what you're doing, you'll own large warehouses exclusively, and it's certainly not worth cashing those in for a tiny bit of extra passive income. Assuming you fit that bill, that'll bring you down to about 27k every in-game day. But then, that's of course assuming that you're an experienced player who owns every business the game has to offer. This definitely isn't one for the beginners, but I would certainly argue that even mid-tier players should consider it as well. Even just owning a selection of these operations will steady earn some decent money over a period of time, and with the car wash only costing $1 million, it won't take you long to make your money back. And with passive income only adding 8% to your heat meter, that means you'll only have to do a legal work mission every 7 to 8 hours, meaning it requires next to no maintenance to keep the cash rolling in. The car wash missions themselves are all kinds of tedious, but it's kind of fitting with the theme of the business, and it really only takes a few minutes to complete. Considering how rarely they need to be done, and the fact they completely wipe your heat meter from even 100%, I reckon it's a fair trade. Overall, in terms of content, I'd say that Money Fronts is a very mediocre update, but the passive money method is solid for anyone who already owns a few businesses. But with that said, let me know what you think of the DLC in the comments down below, hit the like button if you found the video useful, and definitely think about subscribing if you're new to the channel. I cover all things GTA Online and Rockstar Games, and I've got some very exciting content planned for the lead up to GTA 6. But until we meet again, you bunch of legends, I am Red Nitrate, and I'll catch you on the next one.